Ten Hag speaks Bruno Fernandes' stance as far as his future is concerned at Man United and Jadon Sancho future. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? We know today that Ten Hag had to speak. Today we are playing Crystal Palace, and Ten Hag had to do what was called as an embargoed interview with the Man United TV. It was aired in the night, and I'm gonna try to download it and obviously break it into what you guys will better understand. Let's see close to 200 likes. Smash this video and don't forget to subscribe. Broken David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum, and it's the 6th of May 2024. So Ten Hag has come out and said, when he was asked about Bruno Fernandes would remain at Man United for at least 2 years, he said definitely. And why did this really come up? Bruno came out and really put up a conversation about thinking of the future of Man United after the Euros. And when Ten Hag was asked about Bruno Fernandes' interview this week, saying he'll assess his United future after the Euros, he said that was taken out of context. I know he's Man United and he's very happy to be here. So Ten Hag has confirmed to us that Bruno Fernandes is very happy to be at the club of Man United and he wants to stay here for a very, very long time. The way Ten Hag speaks with authority, if you are really a person who wants Ten Hag out, it obviously shows you that this manager might be going to be here for some long time, because he needs to be tested by Ineos. And then after, he went ahead and really added on Bruno Fernandes and said, absolutely important to have him available. Taking responsibility is one of the biggest assets nowadays. Top footballers have to show and deliver. Bruno Fernandes always delivers. You know, why for Bruno Fernandes, he would be one of those aged players that I would send out of the club Man United at last, because of what he offers, especially when he's on the field of play. He offers really a lot as a player. What does he offer? He brings you what we call that bare minimum, the basics of the game, running and dying for the club. You remember in the game of Liverpool, where he at times played as a central defender? That is Man United for you, and that is Bruno Fernandes for you. He dies for this club. If all these players had the character of Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo, Lisandro Martinez, Dalot, that never say die character, Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, I tell you, would have gonna hate obviously perform better, even if we've been having injuries, because most of the times we lack compactness. That is it. We lack compactness into that midfield. That's what sees us opened up to it that we really get easily broken through. That's Man United for you. And that's why the manager is emphasizing on Bruno Fernandes, because he gives you the bare minimum of any player, and then later he gets you what we call stats with assists and goals. Bruno Fernandes Borges kicks in for you. Now, after that, he went ahead to say the following about Bruno Fernandes, about the game of today, because I told you that he really went ahead to he was among the list of players that are really doubtful for the game of Man United versus Crystal Palace. And the manager told us that Bruno Fernandes is always available. He never misses a game and always plays in a good level, and always giving energy to the team, and such assets are necessary to be successful. So he's always available, and I think even today he's going to make it to the match squad that is traveling to London, because early morning will obviously get exactly what Bruno Fernandes is going to be like. Is he going to be available or not? Is he going to travel with the team? But all I know, he's going to be available for the club of Man United. But for Bruno Fernandes as a player, I think as a captain, he needs to obviously tell these players that we are not here to obviously do their dilly-dallying. We have to obviously put in a shift as a club of Man United and see to it that a lot comes to pass. You know, it is very ashamed that a team that really has a lot of quality like that cannot really at least play in the Champions League again, because we hit down tools at several occasions where we're supposed to be winning games. And for the captain, you had sometimes blame him as the captain of Man United, because he would have gone ahead to be offering something better. That is it. he would have gone ahead to be offering something better than what he has gone ahead to offer as a player. So we wait and see how that pans out, but it's really very important to really keep it up with these people. And for Erik ten Hag as a manager, he's really going through turmoil, something that is never going to have to experience in his career. The injuries are really huge, and later in the second video of the day, I'm going to come up and really tell you exactly what Ten Hag is going to say about that. But for Bruno Fernandes, he has gone ahead to obviously hit the ground running in the final bend of the season, and I think he has gone ahead to obviously hit the ground running at the very bad period of this season. I think if he hit the ground running from January, he would have gone ahead to do more decisive things for the club of Man United, and you would love to see your number 10 really making decisions and obviously putting in a shift this season. So for Bruno, we wait and see how he's going to be performing today when you're playing against Crystal Palace. But all in all, he needs to really gang up his team as a captain to see to it that they do the need for the remaining games. We are playing Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Brighton. I tell you, if we win 3 out of those 4 games, we are into the UEFA Europa League. I wouldn't like to see United playing in the Conference League because right now we are 8th. Spurs, Newcastle, and Chelsea all ahead of us. So we need to obviously put in a very good shift as a club of Man United. Not so? We hope for a win, though I told you I see a draw written all over that game of Crystal Palace. That is it. And with us not having any defender fit, it might really go sour. And if I'm Erik ten Hag, I go in and bring in another youngster to play in the central defense because we have nothing to do. That is it. Now, Jadon Sancho is yet into the mouth of Erik ten Hag, and he said we had a visit with him. We had a talk with him during his stay there, and we will keep going with the process. He will continually be in contact and communicate with him. Now, looks like Ten Hag and the side of Man United have gone ahead to obviously keep in touch with Jadon Sancho, and that is a regular, all a given for any side that is really elite when it comes to obviously monitoring its players. Erik ten Hag is a very good manager, and the board will have obviously to monitor what Jadon Sancho is like, speaking to him and knowing exactly what he wants. But keeping in contact will obviously staying at Man United will depend on Jadon Sancho, because if he pushes to start Man United and really apologizes to Erik ten Hag, I think it will be easy to obviously get him in. But with the ego he has in his head, I don't see him doing it. It looks like he wants to go back to Borussia Dortmund, and it shows you why he's not supposed to be a player of Man United. You cannot tell me that if you have a chance to plant Man United, you would like to obviously backslide. He would have gone ahead to use this as a moment of remembrance to the likes of Erik ten Hag that I'm really a good player. When I'm Borussia Dortmund, I perform. Why aren't I not performing at Man United? And he says he would have gone ahead to obviously coming through, do the job, apologize, get back into the team, and then you really put the manager onto the task, because when you are away with Tazik of Borussia Dortmund, you played well, and when you returned, you are not in the starting 11, and it's all about levels. So for me, that really shows me that this guy, if he makes a decision not to return or not to apologize, that shows you that he doesn't have the mentality to play for Man United, because a player of Man United should be a fighter ever since he's announced as a player until when he exits the club. Ten Hag, if he still wants Sancho to apologize, there was a conflict, and let's first finish the season, so stay away from this issue now. It's not important. Sancho has the return of the semi-final in the league. It's not going that well for them, and we have 4 important games in the league and the FA Cup final. Then we'll see. So Ten Hag is like, you people are not considerate. Why? When you look at Jadon Sancho, he's gonna be playing on Wednesday away in Paris, and we went ahead to have a very good exhibition at the stadium of Borussia Dortmund, And you want me to come out and really say anything about his apology to see that you affect his game, because any word I say about Jadon Sancho right now will affect his mind, because football is all about mindset and mentality. So what he went ahead to let them know is that they are doing badly in the league. They're in the semi-finals, and for Man United, they're having 4 games to go. Those are the 3 games in the Premier League, plus the one that we're going to be playing to the FA Cup final. And that is really the most something to really put our emphasis on. And after emphasizing onto that, we'll come out and really put in a very good shift as a club of Man United and make a good decision on whether Sancho stays or not. But according to plan, I think even Ineos are looking out for money, and if a team can get them £50 million, then Sancho will obviously leave. If he chooses to apologize, I think United will choose and make a decision whether to sell him or not. But it also depends on who is on the market, obviously wanting to sign Jadon Sancho. The director of football for Borussia Dortmund has come out and spoken about that, and I'm soon gonna come in here and we'll reveal to you to the depth what he has gonna have to come out and really say in there. For your thoughts onto Erik ten Hag confirming Bruno Fernandes' stance on his future at Man United, and speaking a Jadon Sancho apology. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. A sign out for now. See you later. Good morning, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu fikum, and be nowhere but be here, because we've gone ahead to start off, and 4 videos are really coming under your way. Not so? So your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. This is Aradi. You can call me Rokan David. United Matters channel it is, the YouTube channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as this is concerned. We out. See you later, my mates. We love you.